hello from me, Lazarus. Welcome to the next lesson in the Creating a Website from Scratch course, which is based on my book. Creating a Website from Scratch. Let's open its page. We've now reached the chapters of Part 2 on CSS, looking at the 3 chapters that are not included in the free portion of the book, and we have reached Chapter 10. Last time we looked at, if you remember, shadows in CSS, and now we continue with the 4th point of this chapter, new possibilities in the background property. Each HTML element block has a background layer, which is completely transparent by default, but can be filled with color or one or more images. In CSS, this is what the background property is for. It is a shorthand property for the following several properties: background color, background image. Color specifies the color, and image specifies the image, which will be used as the background. This property in CSS3 introduces 2 new interesting possibilities for using multiple images at the same time, separated by a comma. For example, this is the syntax for background image, URL1, URL2, and so on. The use of gradients is included, a smooth transition from one color to another, a very nice and useful feature. Another property is background position, for the position. Background repeat, how and how much to repeat the background image, or not to repeat. And background attachment indicates whether the background image will be fixed. So, in the first subsection we will consider the new properties background size, background clip, and background origin. Background size specifies the size of the background image. It is used in conjunction with the background position property, following it, separated by a slash. As an example, background position for the following values can take auto the image is displayed at its original size. CSS value in some units, pixels, rem, percentages. Cover resizes the image so that it fills the entire container, even if it has to stretch or crop part of it. Contain resizes the background image to fit the container, but without changing its aspect ratio. This is a very useful property. Background clip defines the area in which the background images are drawn and can take the following values: border box, padding box, and content box. Here's an example. Let's see it right here and now. Let's open it in the browser and look at it. Here's the border box property, the padding box property, and the content box property. The next property is background origin. It specifies the positioning area of background images and can take the following values, in fact the same as the previous property. The default is padding box. the background image starts at the top left corner of the block. That's it. With border box, the image starts at the top left corner of the frame. And with content box, the image starts from the top left corner of the content. Here you can see the difference. Let me show it in the file. There it is. With one div, right? With 3 divs actually, we're working. That's how it's written. And let's look at it in the example here. Here you see what it looks like. That's all for this lesson. Best regards.